so far we have already covered the section on Anapanasati and on the Iriyapata, the postures of the body. So next, under Kayanupasana, the Buddha talk about Sampajana. So the Sampajana Pabba, the section on clear comprehension. So in this section, Buddha says, Punachaparam bhikkhave bhikkhu abhikante patikante sambhajana kari hoti alokite vilokite sambhajana kari hoti samajite pasarite sambhajana kari hoti sangati bhatta chivaradharane sambhajana kari hoti asite pite kayite sayite sampajana kari hoti uchara pasawa kamme sampajana kari hoti gate tite nisine sute jagarite basite tunhi bhave sampajana kari hoti. Okay, so that is the instruction in Pali. So Punachaparam bhikkhave, so and again bhikkhus. Okay, so this means is introducing another way of practicing Kayanupasana. So Punachaparam bhikkhave, and again. Okay, so bhikkhu. Bhikkhu means the bhikkhu, the monks, or the yogi. So bhikkhu abhikante patikante sambhajana kari hoti. So in going forward and in returning, he is one who practices or applies clear comprehension. So he applies or practices clear comprehension in the act of going forward and returning. Then alokite, vilokite, sampajana kari hoti. So in looking ahead or looking sideways, he is one who practices or applies clear comprehension. Okay. So do you apply when you look ahead? And when you look up? And samanjite pasarite sampajana kari hoti. So in bending or in stretching, that means the limbs, the body. So he is one who applies or practices clear comprehension. Sangati pada chivara dharane sampajana kari hoti. So in the carrying the sangati. So here the Buddha is giving example of a monk. So a monk, when we go about, we carry our sangati. Sangati means the outer rope. So the monks have 3 ropes, right? So there's one, the Antaravasaka, that means the inner rope, or more popularly known as the lower rope. So that is the sarong. Okay, you wear around the waist, you tie it around the waist. Okay. Then there is the Uttarasanga. Okay. This is the Uttarasanga. This is the upper rope. Okay. Excuse me. Then the third one is the Sangati. Sangati, we call it the outer rope. So it's very thick and heavy rope. It's actually double layered. Okay? So we usually use it as a blanket or to cover when it's cold. So in the morning when we have group meditation here, you see me covered in an extra piece of rope. Right? That is a sangati. Okay, so that's to protect from cold. So usually sangati we don't wear. Usually, instead we carry it around. Some monks just put it over the shoulder. That is a sangati. So in carrying the sangati, and pata is a bow, arms bow. Okay? So when monks travel around, or when we go for alms round, we carry the alms bow in front. Okay? Usually when we are traveling, not on alms round, we put the alms bow in a bag, a bowl bag, and then we sling it over the shoulder. That is also called carrying the bowl. So in carrying the sangati, the outer rope, and the bowl, and then chivara also means ropes. So since sangati already mentions, therefore chivara will refer to the other two ropes, or any other ropes that the monks have, any other extra ropes. Okay? So the other two ropes we don't carry around, we wear them. If we carry around, then we will be going about naked. So we wear them. So the word dharani can mean carrying or wearing. Okay? So one Pali word covers both meaning. So the Buddha only used the word dharani. You don't have to use more than, you don't have to use another verb. So this one word dharani means carrying or wearing. Okay? So in carrying, you can say, in carrying the sangati and the bowl, and in wearing the other ropes, the other two ropes. He is one who practices or applies clear comprehension. So for the lay people, lay yogis, you apply according to your situation. When you are putting on your shirt and so on, so you apply clear comprehension. Or when you're carrying your things around, when you come to this meditation hall, so you carry, what do you carry? Or your water bottle, or your meditation cushion, and what else, I don't know. So in carrying those around, you apply clear comprehension. Then asite pite kayite sayite sampajana karihoti. So eating, in eating, in drinking, in chewing, in savoring, you apply, practice clear comprehension. Okay? So this is where you get your eating meditation. So when you're eating, when you're biting, when you're chewing the food, when you're drinking your drinks, or when you're savoring. Savoring actually means licking. Some food you lick, right? Like honey. When you take honey, you put it, you take one scoop from the spoon, and then slowly you savor, you lick bit by bit, right? Or sweets, so or ice cream. So, I think I should say licking. Savoring seems to give the impression you enjoy, you savor. So, so you apply clear comprehension when eating. And then uchara pasawa kame sampajana karihoti. So this literally means in defecating and in urinating, you apply clear comprehension. So here some translator prefer to translate as in answering calls of nature. You apply clear comprehension. But literally, the Buddha literally says in defecating and urinating. So ujjara actually means feces. Vasawa means urine. So kamma, the work. That means the work of expelling feces and urine. So that means defecating, urinating. So in the Dhamma, when teaching the Dhamma, the Buddha do not shy away from using all those description that describe the ugly nature of the body. So we may try to hide away from them and say, answer call of nature. Yeah, but Buddha straight away say in defecating, urinating. So, because in the teaching of the Dhamma, the Buddha wants us to face reality instead of run away from reality. So later in the last section of Kaya Nupassana, I talk about the different kinds of cups, bloated, festering, wormy corpse. So he described to you all the different type of corpses, parts of the body. So, okay, so even when you go to the toilet also, you must meditate. Okay? So meditation does not end at you do not leave your meditation outside the door of the toilet. You bring it with you inside and you bring it out together. Okay? So meditation is not an activity that you only carry out in a sacred place, in a holy place. So even in a toilet also, you must meditate. And then gate tite nisine sute jagarite basite tunhi bhave sambhajana karihoti. So in going, in walking, in standing, in sitting down, in falling asleep, in waking up, in speaking, and in keeping silence. He is one who practices or applies clear comprehension. So here, the Buddha is instructing us to apply or practice clear comprehension, sampajana. So the word that is used here is sampajana. Actually, sampajana means one who has this quality of sampajanya. Sampajanya is clear comprehension. So one who has this quality of sampajanya is called sampajana. Now we have already explained the meaning of sampajanya, clear comprehension, earlier. Remember? So it is one of the quality mental states that must accompany every moment of noting. When you practice satipatthana, every moment when you note, there must be this quality of clear comprehension. That's the instruction of the Buddha. When you practice, there must be these three qualities, atapi sampajano satima. So you must have this ardent, energetic effort. You must have this quality of clear comprehension and mindfulness. Remember? Yeah. So we have explained before meaning of sampajanya, clear comprehension. But just to refresh your mind, Because many people also forget. That's why when I receive question that asks about things that I've already explained many times. So to refresh your memory. Okay? So sampajanya is a word that is synonymous with panya, wisdom. So wisdom, as we explained, is derived from the root nya. Nya means to know or knowing. Okay? So the basic root word for panya is nya, knowing. Okay. So therefore, this means that basically panya means knowing. Okay? It's a kind of knowing. Okay? Wisdom is actually a mode of knowing, a way of knowing. Okay? So wisdom is actually simply knowing. Okay? So there's no thinking, no analyzing, pondering, no exercise or intellect, simply knowing. Okay? So so when we develop wisdom, so that means you don't exercise your intellect. When we say this person has wisdom, it doesn't mean that he has good intellectual knowledge. So it's just simply a way of knowing. Okay, but not just any kind of knowing. Okay, so not knowing that is superficial on the surface. So that's denoted by the prefix. There's pa. So you add the prefix pa to nya. So you get panya. So this prefix pa is an intensifier. It's an intensifier prefix. So it intensifies, it alters the meaning of nya by intensifying it. So therefore, it's not just an ordinary kind of knowing. It's an intensified kind of knowing, a deep, penetrative knowing. Knowing things clearly, distinctly, precisely, exactly as they are. Okay? That is wisdom. Okay? And this is what we develop in vipassana meditation, panya. Okay? So therefore, when you develop, you do not apply the intellect. You do not think, analyze, ponder over your experience. Okay? You simply know. But know clearly, know distinctly. That's why in a practice, you need to develop power of sati and samadhi, okay? Mindfulness and concentration. You must have this very focused attention on the object. Then only the knowing will be penetrative. Okay. So you have to apply the mind in a focused way again and again. You apply. As you apply, the mind, the power of mindfulness and concentration develops. The power of the focused attention becomes more and more developed. As it becomes more and more developed, the mind becomes clearer and clearer. And the knowing becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. So when it becomes clearer and clearer, you begin to discern clearly and precisely the true nature of the object, of the mental physical phenomena that is being contemplated. That is wisdom. That is jnana or panya. So you have panya, okay, and then you add another prefix, sam. So it becomes sampanya. Right? So sampanya, and then through some grammatical transformation, basically you double up the root word. So sampanya, you double up the nya. So sampanyanya, so it becomes sampajanya. Okay, so so when you add this prefix sam, it alters further the meaning. So you already got the meaning panya. You know clearly, distinctly, so precisely, and so on. Then you add some prefix some, so it alters the meaning further. You still have this meaning of panya. It still knows clearly, knows distinctly, precisely. But with additional feature, you can say. So in the commentary they explain meaning of the prefix sam in three ways. Samma pajananto, samantato pajananto, samam pajananto. So the first one, samma pajananto. Samma, it means rightly or correctly. Right? Samma, like samma diti, samma sankappa, samma. So rightly or correctly. So samma pajananto, to know correctly or knowing correctly. Okay? So how do you know correctly? How does the yogi knows correctly? So it means the yogi notes, make effort to note in such a way that the noting is so precise that every moment he notes, he can distinguish clearly in the experience each individual mental and physical nature that is present in the experience noted. Okay, so without mixing up all this different nature. Okay? So, for example, when you're noting rising, so you're not rising, you may experience, for example, pushing. So then you know, oh, pushing is one nature. Okay. Then what else is there? You note again, pushing. Then you may realize, oh, there's a knowing of the pushing. Then you realize this pushing, this knowing of the pushing is another nature, separate from the pushing. Okay? So they are not mixed up together. Okay? So because of the clear knowledge, you can, due to the precision of noting and the clarity of the mind, you are able to tell apart these two different natures. They don't get mixed up. And sometimes you may realize, oh, the body is sensitive. There's this sensitivity. So you can pick up the sensation of pushing. So this nature of sensitivity is another nature. So sometimes you may feel the mind every moment is contacting the object, touching the object. That is another nature. That is phassa. Sometimes you may experience a feeling of the experience, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So the mind is clear enough to distinguish all this different nature. So they are not mixed up together. If you are not clear, everything is mixed up together, right? And then it's all mixed up together. We say the compactness. Remember, things become compact. Then you identify this compactness as a person. So I am observing rising. I'm so good in observing rising. So this is my rising. This is my abdomen rising. So we identify the I or something belonging to an I. Okay? So when you identify, you do not see clearly. That's called Miccha Pajananto, knowing wrongly. But when you're knowing correctly, then your knowing is so clear that every moment you know, you can pick up individual mental, physical nature. So of course, one noting you pick up one nature. It's not that one noting you pick up all the different nature. Okay? So the mind can only know one thing at a time. Okay? So you note rising, 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 rising again and again. As you note continuously, you pick up one nature after another. Then you see clearly that the experience composed of all these different nature. They are not mixed up together. You're clear that there's no person here. There is only nature, only Dhamma, only Nama, Rupa, Dhamma, mental, physical nature. Okay? So this is called Samma Pajananto, knowing correctly. So when the yogi is said to practice clear comprehension or to apply clear comprehension, this is how the yogi knows. And this knowing is simply knowing. It doesn't arise through thinking. It's not that you're thinking about all this different nature. You're simply observing, observing, observing. And as your mind continuously observes, it becomes clearer and clearer. And then you begin to discern the nature that is present. Okay? Without thinking. So that's called Samma Pajananto, knowing correctly. And then Samantato Pajananto, the second meaning of the prefix Sam. So Samantato Pajananto means to know completely or thoroughly, to know in all ways, all around knowing. So this means to know whatever object that you know it in all its different aspect, different manner, different nature. Okay, so this refers to knowing the object in terms of the three different nature: Sabbhava, Sankata, Samanya. So knowing it in terms of the Sabbhava Lakkhana is unique characteristic, unique nature. Okay? So like hardness, softness, stiffness, tightness, heat, cold, knowing, feeling, perceiving, and so on. Okay? Unique nature of each mental or physical object. Okay? And then the Sabbhava Lakkhana. And then from there, you contemplate the Sankata Lakkhana, conditioned nature of arising and disappearing. Okay? So you note the Sabbhava first. So for example, you note stiffness, and then you notice the stiffness, it arises, it disappears. So the stiffness is Sabbhava Lakkhana, the unique nature of the wind element. When you discern it arising and disappearing, that is Sankata Lakkhana, the conditioned nature of arising and disappearing. Okay? So you note again and again, arising, disappearing, arising, disappearing, arising, disappearing. Gradually you begin to discern samanya lakkhana, the common or universal characteristic, impermanent, suffering, and non-self. Okay? So noting and knowing the object in terms of these three, sabhava, sankata, and samanya lakkhana, this is called knowing thoroughly, completely. Samantato, pajananto. Knowing the object in all its aspects, in all manner. Knowing it completely, thoroughly. Because if you just know sabhava, you only know one aspect of its nature. It's not complete yet. If you know sabhava and sankata, it's still not complete. It's only when you know all three, sabhava, sankata, and samanya, then only is complete knowing of the object. You know it completely. So this goes back to what the Buddha said about the first noble truth. So first noble truth, dukkam ariya satyam parineyam. So the first noble truth of suffering should be fully understood. Parineyam. Fully understood means to know it completely, thoroughly in this way. Sabhava, sankata, samanya. Okay? That's why in vipassana meditation, we are actually contemplating on the first noble truth. Noting our object is actually the first noble truth. Nama, rupa, the first noble truth. 5 aggregates is the first noble truth. Okay? To discern clearly the 5 aggregates in terms of sabhava lakkhana, sankata lakkhana, and samanya lakkhana. That is parineyam. Okay? So to fully understand the truth of suffering. Okay? This clear comprehension. Okay? And the last meaning is sammam pajananto. This is more. This explanation is more of an encouragement to the yogi, in the sense that what it means is that it must develop this clear comprehension by oneself. So samma means by oneself. Okay? So that means we must make personal effort. In our practice, we must make personal effort to develop clear comprehension. Okay? Because nobody is going to help you develop this clear comprehension. Not even the Buddha. You can go in front of the Buddha image, you put your hand together, please give me knowledge. Buddha already parinibbana, so I cannot hear your pleading. That image of the Buddha is just a symbolic representation of the Buddha. It's not that the Buddha is there. And the Buddha, even when he's still around, he already told everybody, you yourself must walk the path. So the Buddha only point the way. So by oneself, must make this personal effort to develop clear comprehension. You must develop it continuously, so that the insight is continuously and progressively developed, so that it continuously reach deeper and deeper, clearer and clearer, becomes more and more mature. It's able to reach a higher and higher distinction of knowledge until you attain Magga Phala Jnana. Okay? That's actually, I read also another explanation. Sama Bhajananto. Here it takes sama meaning evenly. Okay? So evenly means this is actually more of a hint how you can develop clear comprehension, clear knowledge. Evenly means you need to balance the mind, balance the controlling faculties. Means wisdom must be balanced with faith. Energy must be balanced with concentration. So, and the mind is well balanced with mindfulness, then it becomes sharp and penetrative. And then it can discern clearly. Okay? So that is another meaning. So but basically, so sampajanya, clear comprehension means clear insight. Clear insight into the nature of nama rupa, mental physical nature as they arise in our experience. So in terms of the practice, sampajanya means clear insight into mental physical nature that arise in our experience. So when the Buddha says he applies or practices clear comprehension, so this means the yogi must make effort to discern clearly nature of nama rupa. Make effort so that each moment when you're noting, make sure that noting is always with clear comprehension. There's no one moment of experience that is separate from clear comprehension. Okay. Okay. So previously we also discussed about the 4 kinds of clear comprehension. You remember? Don't remember, then we have to refresh. So 4 kinds of clear comprehension. Sattaka sampajanya, clear comprehension of what is beneficial. Sappaya sampajanya, clear comprehension of suitability. Then gochara sampajanya, clear comprehension of domain. And asamoha sampajanya, clear comprehension of non-delusion. So, remember? Yeah. So just to refresh your memory again. So the first one, sattaka sampajanya, clear comprehension of what is beneficial. So this means considering clearly in your mind. So before you do anything, before you go anywhere, you do anything, you use anything, you consider clearly in your mind, with a clear mind. So you consider, is it beneficial or not? So beneficial here means beneficial for the practice, beneficial for the growth in the Dhamma. So you consider, and you only do it if it is beneficial. If it is not beneficial, you restrain yourself from doing. So example given in the commentary, it says, going to visit a shrine, Chetya, so a shrine that enshrines the relic of the Buddha or a Buddha image. Or going to visit a Bodhi tree. So it says this is beneficial. Why is it beneficial? Because when a yogi visits such a place, a shrine that enshrines a Buddha image or a relic of the Buddha, or sometimes even some utensils that the Buddha has used during his lifetime. So, for example, his robes or his bowl, the staff, and so on, that Buddha has used. So when you go to pay respect, pay homage, worship in such a place, or to a Bodhi tree, so your attention is on the Buddha. You're reminded of the Buddha in your mind. You remember the Buddha. So you may even recollect the qualities of the Buddha. Itipiso, Bhagawa, Araham, Sama Sambuddho, and so on. Right? So, and this is beneficial because to one who is faithful, has a lot of faith, especially. So when the attention is on the Buddha, and when he's recollecting the qualities of the Buddha, it can give rise to piti, a lot of joy. So, and then it says that by contemplating the disappearance of the joy, you thought he's going to say you can enjoy the piti, right? But the commentary says by contemplating the disappearance or the destruction of the joy. That means you do vipassana on the joy. You see it disappearing, and you see its nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. Then you can develop insight, and then you can even attain arahantship. So, there are many examples like this in the commentary, where a monk or is meditating, piti arises. So not just by contemplating on the virtues of the Buddha, qualities of the Buddha. So some monks, they contemplate the sila, the purity of the sila. So they found that since the day I was ordained, I've kept my sila pure until now. So when they reflect on this, it gives rise to a lot of piti. Joy arises. And then they contemplate on the nature of the joy. And then they develop insight. They see the joy arises and disappear. They see the nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. And they attain arahantship. It's a wonderful way of practice, right? Rather than you all contemplate the pain, they contemplate joy. And then another example is this, visiting the Sangha is also beneficial. So when you visit the Sangha, you can do dana, you can share merits. So in this way you obtain merits to support your practice. It's idame punyam, idame danam, nibbanasa, pacaya hotu. So you direct the power of the merits to support your practice. This is beneficial for the practice. Okay? So that's why whenever you do dana, you must always make this aspiration. Then only it's directed to support your practice. Not only when you do dana, so when you do any kusala karma, when you observe precepts, you take refuge, go for refuge, observe precepts, when you meditate, vipassana or metta or anapana, whatever meditation, after you meditate, your mind is pure, that is kusala, that's merits. Okay? So you make aspiration. That's why in a retreat, end of the day, you make aspiration. So this is beneficial for the practice. So, and And also, again, for those who are faithful, who has a lot of faith, when they see the monks, and sometimes just seeing, for some people, just seeing the ropes. And sometimes the monk washes the rope and then hang out to dry. They see the ropes. It says the banner of the Arahants. So the joy arise. It's not that the monk is the Arahant. You all know the ropes is called the Arahata Ketu, the banner of the Arahants, the flag of the Arahants. That is the Arahant's flag. And soldiers go to war, they charge into the battlefield, they carry the flag, right? So for Arahants, this is the flag, the ropes. That's why we must be very careful when we wear the ropes. Yeah, like the soldier charging into battle with Mara, holding the banner of the Arahants. See? So when they see this, faith may arise. Again, when the faith arises, the piti arises also. And then you contemplate the piti, you see its impermanent nature. It arises only to disappear. So what good is it when it doesn't last? Right? It's suffering. It arises and disappears, suffering. It's impermanent, it's suffering, it's non-self. We cannot control. You cannot say, I want this joy to last forever and ever. You can wish all you want. It will not last. So it disappears. So you develop this insight. And then the insight mature, you can even attain arahantship. And then also visiting a Thera. A Thera here would mean a learned teacher. So an elder, Thera. Okay? So who is well versed in the Dhamma. So you visit him to listen to the Dhamma. Don't just go and visit a monk to look at him like that. So visit in order to learn the Dhamma, listen to the Dhamma. So when you listen to the Dhamma, you can learn the Dhamma, you can be inspired by the Dhamma, and then you can be established in the practice of the Dhamma, leading to the attainment of arahantship. And so this is also beneficial. Okay? And then by contemplating, they say asubha. Asubha means something that is ugly. So this refers to a corpse. Okay? So when you go funeral and you look at the corpse, it says this is beneficial. Then you get the opportunity to meditate on the lovesomeness, ugly nature of the body. This goes against the Chinese belief. Chinese belief is as much as possible they try to avoid going to funeral. Right? And if they have no choice, they have to go. They try to avoid looking at the corpse. I remember when I was very young. I remember my cousin told me. So at that time, I think some close friend of the family passed away. So they all have to go and attend the funeral. So when you attend a funeral, they invite you to go and look at the dead person in the casket, right? So my cousin, he grew up in a Chinese family, a lot of superstition, and looking at a corpse is bad luck. So he says, when I have no choice, but I have to go and look. So he says, when I look at it, I close my eyes, and then when you look down, you look like this. And he said, but I was closing my eyes. So he pretended to look at it, but he was closing his eyes. So But in terms of the Dhamma, looking at the corpse is something beneficial. Huh? So you get this opportunity to meditate, to discern clearly the nature, the loathsome nature, ugly nature of the corpse. Because this is the nature of your own body also. But nowadays it's very difficult. You look at the corpse in the casket, they dress it up so nicely, put makeup, put lipstick. So sometimes it looks better than when they were alive. So, so I think I told y'all before, last year when Venerable Mahachara passed away. So before he passed away, he already instructed not to embalm his body, just leave it there. Okay? But because there was a 3 days wake, so they have to put the dry ice inside the casket. So, but still, after second day, you can start to see the body starts to turn a little dark and a little bloated. So the true nature appear. That's the nature of the body. If you leave it longer there, that will be worse. So for Mahachara's case, they already stuffed his nose with cotton. So I think the mouth also, they probably already stitched it up. And the ears also, they stuff it with cotton. If they have not done that, you see how the fluid starts to flow out. From the nose, from the ears, and from the mouth also. You leave it long enough, you will see worms starting to crawl out. So that's the nature of our body. Yeah. So imagine, or you can try, don't take care of the body for 1 week. Don't clean it, don't bathe, don't brush your teeth. So don't comb your hair. Don't take care of it. Don't even eat. Don't eat. Don't drink. Don't drink. I think after 1 or 2 days you die already. So because the body will become so toxic. So you see, you don't bathe, you start to sting. Nobody wants to go near you. So that's the nature of our body. That's how you reflect. So when you reflect on the loathsome nature, ugly nature of the body, you can even, if you have this disposition of the mind, or propensity of the mind towards samadhi, you can even establish in the first jhana. Yes, this meditation subject can bring about the first jhana. Okay, and then what do you do with first jhana? You enjoy? No, you withdraw from it. And then you contemplate its nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. And then you can arrive at arahantship. You see? So next time you go to funeral, remember this. You have this opportunity. It's not bad luck. No. But just because an action is beneficial, we should not immediately do it. So that's where the second clear comprehension, sappaya sampajanya, clear comprehension of suitability. It is beneficial, but you must further consider whether it is suitable or not for that time, for that situation. Is it suitable or not? Okay. So for example, it says visiting a shrine, Bodhi tree, it may be beneficial. But if at that time there is a festival going on with a lot of people, so like in Burma, There's this pagoda festival. It can be very, very noisy. A lot of people, sometimes fun fair, and then with loud chanting through all these big speakers. You can hear the chanting from a mile away. So there's a lot of activities going on. So there's a lot of distraction present, pulling your attention away from your meditation. So that if you are yogi, you want to meditate in such a place, your mind simply cannot settle down. Very difficult to settle down. So you cannot meditate on the virtues of the Buddha. Okay? Joy cannot arise. So at that time, it is not suitable. So if you want to meditate, better find another shrine, another pagoda or Bodhi tree that is more quiet. So it says visiting a thera to listen to the Dhamma is beneficial. But sometimes this Dhamma talk may be held as part of the big festival with a lot of merrymaking. So in such a time, the Dhamma talk is also usually not related to meditation. Usually talk to lay people in general, talk about doing dana, observing sila. So you touch very, very little on meditation. Okay? So such talks are not suitable for yogis. And also because of this festive environment, it's also not suitable for a yogi to be there. That's why it's not suitable to hold celebration in a meditation center. But of course, sometimes it cannot be held like Katina Day, Vesak Day. Sometimes people come. So if you know at that time there's such celebration in that center, then you go to another center to meditate. So even the Dhamma talk at that time is not suitable for a yogi. So yogi should be attending Dhamma talks where there are also other yogis around. So like in a retreat like this, so all the yogis are around. So those at home also are those yogis who are interested in the practice. So in such a setting, the Dhamma talk that is given is concerning meditation. Okay? So topics related to meditation. Okay? So topics like the four satipatthana, so the fourfold right exertion, cattaro samapadana, then the four iddhipadas, basis of success, the five indriyas, the controlling faculties, the five powers, panchabala, the seven factors of enlightenment, the noble eightfold path. So also touch on topics like the five aggregates, nature of the five aggregates, the six sense bases, the 18 elements, dependent origination, four noble truths. These are all talks that are suitable for a yogi. Talk about letting go, talk about relinquishing, about contentment, and so on. So these are talks that are suitable for a yogi. Okay? Not talks that are for entertainment. Sometimes, nowadays especially, many people go attend Dhamma talk as a kind of entertainment. So the Dhamma speaker needs to become prepared with a lot of interesting story to entertain the audience. So, but still, it's beneficial if you learn something from the story. Okay, but actually for talks on meditation, especially talks directed to a yogi, actually it is not suitable to tell jokes. So, although sometimes we do tell jokes also. So, but you see, meditation teachers, real meditation teachers, really serious one, like Mahasi Sayadaw, like Sayadaw Pandita, Sayadaw Kundala. I never hear them telling jokes in their Dhamma talk. Very serious. He said Sayadaw Pandita, when he give talk, he never looked up. He always looked down. So, and very serious. He sit there without moving. So, because you're not supposed to excite the yogi. You tell jokes that you excite the yogi. So, yeah. But sometimes because our Malaysian yogis are too stiff and uptight, because too much effort, because we grow up that way, right? So we are too serious in our practice. I must get it. I must get it. So sometimes the teacher has to loosen you up a bit. Last time I remember attend Bhante Sujiva's retreat. This yogi was so serious when she listens to Dhamma talk, stiff like that, so serious the face. And then Bhante Sujiva cracked one joke, and then the whole face changes, and the body starts to shake with laughter. They loosen you up. So it depends what is suitable at that time. So, and meditation on corpse may be beneficial. But if the corpse is body of opposite gender, then it's not suitable. Because lust may arise, which can be a danger to meditation. So that is not suitable. Yes. So for a yogi, before doing anything, going anywhere, using anything, yogi, especially in a retreat, you must consider whether it's beneficial or not, whether it's suitable or not for the practice, for the growth in the Dhamma. Okay? And only if it's beneficial and suitable, and then you do it. Okay? Otherwise, you refrain from doing it. Like talking, is it beneficial? Most of the time, it's not beneficial. But during an interview, it's beneficial. But only if it is suitable speech. That means you talk about your practice. Don't stray to other topics. So beneficial and suitable. Okay, so and then so sataka sampajanya, sapaya sampajanya, clear comprehension of what is beneficial and what is suitable. Okay? And these two sampajanya, clear comprehension, are also applicable not just in a retreat but also outside of a retreat. Okay, so if yogis were to apply these two clear comprehension outside a retreat, you find it can help to simplify your life as a yogi. So you keep asking everything that you do, is it beneficial for a practice? Is it suitable for a practice? Then you find that you will stop doing a lot of things. Because you find a lot of things are actually not beneficial, not suitable for the practice. So that's why a lot of yogis say that they don't watch TV anymore. Newspaper also, they read only a little bit just to have some information of what's going on only. because as a lay person, you cannot totally be ignorant of what's going on in the society, right? So, but they just read enough to know what's going on. So, and they also start to try to avoid as much as possible social gathering. But as a lay person, of course, you cannot totally avoid. Your friend invite you out to go makan, you can avoid one time, two time, third time you avoid, and then what is wrong with this person? Right? So you cannot totally avoid. So also your obligation also to people around you, your families, your friends, and so on. Okay? But if you apply this to clear comprehension, as much as possible, you try to avoid. So to protect your practice, you see. So you do not become too distracted by worldly concerns. So you do not stray too far away from the path of the Dhamma practice. Okay. Okay. So we'll talk about the other two clear comprehension in the next talk. We'll stop here today. Imaya Dhamma nu Dhamma Patipatiya Buddham Pujemi. Imaya Dhamma nu Dhamma Patipatiya Dhammam Pujemi. Imaya Dhamma nu Dhamma Patipatiya Sangham Pujemi. Imaya Dhamma nu Dhamma Patipatiya Mata Pitunam Pujemi. Imaya Dhamma nu Dhamma Patipatiya Acariyanam Pujemi. Ada imaya Patipadaya Charam Maranamha Rimocesami. Idame punyam Asawakaya waham hodu. Idame punyam Nibbanasa Pajayo hodu. Idame silam Magabhalanyanasa Pajayo hodu. Imam no punya bhagam Sabbasatanam Dema. Imam no punya bhagam Sabbasatanam Dema. Imam no punya bhagam Sabbasatanam Dema. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And so may all of you be well, happy and peaceful always. May you all be safe, be healthy, be strong. May you all be able to practice the Dhamma continuously without any obstacle, without any trouble. May your practice always be smooth. And soon may all of you be able to experience the unconditioned peace of Nibbana through your practice.